Have you noticed that people keep saying phrases like, when things go back to normal, or one day things will be normal again? Well, what was normal? And I don't mean like we've been dealing with COVID for so long that I don't know what normal is anymore, although it may feel like that sometimes. But I mean, like, what was normal about a lot of what we were doing pre COVID? Mass deforestation, overconsumption, thinking recycling is going to solve all of our environmental issues. Although it may have felt normal at the time because it's what we've been accustomed to, it wasn't, and it shouldn't be. I challenge you to think about redefining normal. What would you, as a citizen of this earth, can do to make a positive impact on this planet? I recently read a tweet and it said, the climate movement does not need the perfect hero with the perfect words, the perfect tweets, and the perfect backstory. What we need is for regular people to stand up for this planet, to stand up for our home, to stand up for the future. Those will be our heroes. By no means am I saying that I am a hero. I wish. But this really resonated with me. And that's because since I was a young girl, I have always tried to be involved in my community, to give back in one way or another. Whether it was running for student council back in elementary school, signing up for a park cleanup, or giving out food to those in need. I don't really think I knew at the time that everything that I was doing was more than just volunteering. To me, it always felt like something I needed to do, something that just felt right. As I've gotten older and more involved in different things, I have learned so much about what goes on in our world and what we can do to help. As I went through college and took various courses, including quite a few nutrition and public health classes, as well as watched many environmental and health documentaries, I knew that my choices had a much bigger impact, not just on myself and my health, but the health of the planet. That's part of the reason why I decided to become a vegetarian and have been for the past 15 years. Now, before you start wondering, is she trying to convert me to vegetarianism? I am not. But I have also taken part in various marches and protests for distinct causes. And I've even implemented what I call eco swaps, which includes things such as switching to reusable Ziploc bags, using a steel straw, or biodegradable soap, all of which I share through Instagram with my friends. Some of you may already be doing something similar. That's why you're already reusing that bottle of kombucha, going to the farmer's market, or maybe even gone vegan. For some, that may not sound like much, but what if I told you that by doing those simple things, you are having a much greater impact on yourself and our planet? I know a lot of us are already conscious of this, and how could you not be? When it feels like every time we turn on the news, there's some sort of horrendous natural disaster happening somewhere, including in our home state, where men, women, and children are becoming climate refugees. From drought to heat waves, wildfires, and more recently, heavy rainstorms, some people are losing it all. The roof over their head is being consumed by flames. Their most valued possessions have turned into ashes, and loved ones may be nowhere to be found. I recognize that I may be preaching to the choir, that some of you may already be doing your part, and that some of you are involved than I am. But even those who are active in the movement need some reminding every now and then that all that work and effort will be worth it. I am coming to you not as an environmental expert, but as a citizen of this planet who is truly concerned about the future of Pachamama, Mother Earth. I really enjoy spending time outdoors. You could say it's my happy place. But I do wonder a lot, what will be left of it if we continue down this path? That's why I decided to become an outings leader with the Sierra Club's 20s and 30s group. I wanted to share these open spaces with others and take the opportunity to inform them about all the work that goes on behind the scenes so that you and I can enjoy these public spaces. We are able to go on a walk by the creek, a hike in the mountains, or a swim in the ocean because of the advocacy work that various environmental organizations are doing. Let's imagine living in a world where our ice caps aren't melting, where our oceans aren't rising, and where our biodiversity is thriving. At this moment, all that may sound like a dream, but it's got to start somewhere. Marching through city streets where cars and buses once roamed, listening to the rhythmic sounds of protesters chanting, being caught in a sea of like-minded individuals who may look nothing like you, sound nothing like you, but you're all there for the same reasons. It truly is a magical scene. And for that moment in time, you no longer feel hopeless or alone. Here, you are surrounded by hundreds, thousands, if not millions of others who support and believe that Mother Earth needs our help. It's an experience unlike any other. As you may have guessed, yes, I am an extrovert, and I'm not afraid to be loud and even talk a little smack when needed. However, you don't need to be all of that to fight for what you believe in. As Luis Valdez, the founder of El Teatro Campesino, said, it's the spirit that drives you. You don't all need to join a march or a protest to be an activist. You don't all need to be a vegetarian or a vegan to call yourself an environmentalist. Actions really do speak louder than words, but you don't all need to be on the front lines to show that you care. Due to COVID, our opportunities to get involved may seem limited, but there are still plenty of ways to get involved, starting here on your campus. There are several clubs at Gun High that you can get involved with. Have you checked out the Green Team? They provide opportunities to educate, volunteer, leadership, and activism. Or what about the Health Club, where you can learn how nutrition and fitness contribute to your physical and mental health, as well as factors like the environment and animal welfare? Or how about the Socially Responsible Investment Fund Club, whose purpose is to educate others about the stock market and finance while helping people distinguish companies that are socially responsible and that are trying to help society. And there are many more clubs that are already doing the work, and I'm sure they would greatly appreciate your help. And no, they didn't pay me to say that. All I am saying, you don't have to look far. You just need to choose where to start. Some of you may be thinking to yourselves, the environment is cool and all, but that's not my passion. And that's totally fine. We don't need to be environmental studies majors. As a matter of fact, my background is in public health. Never even crossed my mind to major in environmental science, despite my interest in it. My day job has nothing to do with environmental issues, and yet here I am, trying to do what I can to help better our planet. Regardless of what career choices you make, it will have an impact on our environment, whether it's good or bad. The climate issue is an intersectional issue, which, believe it or not, makes it a lot easier for folks from various backgrounds to get involved. We're in Silicon Valley, where startups have gone from someone's garage to becoming some of the biggest, most innovative technology companies. Gen Zs, I know you're all pretty tech savvy, and it's very likely that you will help create the technology to help fight climate change. Not into technology? No problem. If you're thinking about med school, that's also a great way to reach people and educate them. If science is just not your thing, that is also okay. Consider running for a seat in government. Bring forth changes to create our new normal. Get creative. We need to find new ways to engage and inform folks about what is happening to our climate and what we can do to fix it. And that's where your contribution can begin. Find your passion, find what interests you, but most importantly, find what fulfills you. It may not always come to us right away, but that's why it's important to be open and try new things, even if some of those things may not seem like your thing. Once you've discovered it, find a way to get involved. If none of the clubs mentioned earlier sounded interesting to you, start your own club. Get to know local representatives and see what they're all about. Volunteer with local organizations. Google your favorite team climate activists and see what they're doing. And I'm not just talking about Greta. Although she is awesome, she's not the only one making waves out there. It's important for you to get involved starting now. And I know this sounds cliche, but you are our future. Take the steps towards creating a more livable future for you and your loved ones. Who knows? This might even spark something in you that you didn't know was there and will hopefully empower you to not only make change for yourself, but for those around you. Let's focus on the present. Where are we today? And let's focus on the future. Where do we need to go? Let's redefine normal because as environmental activist Wendell Berry said, the earth is what we all have in common. There are many ways in which you can help improve our environment, but the choice to take baby steps or a giant leap is up to you. Thank you.